ahead and get started. We still have people joining the call. But let's listen to a little message from our old friend, Jim Rohn.
I want you to ponder these 4 questions. Here's the first one, and that's why. Why pay the price? Why work this hard? Why go this far? Why try to learn this much? Why try to do it all? Why try to see it all? Why try to have it all? Why do it? Why learn it? Why study? Why put yourself out? Why try to take on this much responsibility? Why develop yourself to the full? Why try to become all that you can possibly become? Why try to earn as much as you can earn, share as much as you can share, develop every skill you possibly can, see every human you possibly can, go to every class you possibly can, touch everybody you possibly can? Why do that much? Why go that far? Why share that much? Why give that much away? Why try to see everything? Why try to do everything? Why try to become everything? That's a good question, why? And you're the only one personally that can answer that question for yourself. You've got to have your own list of whys. Work on your list of whys. One of the big thrusts for success is to come up with a strong enough why. If the why is powerful, the how is easy. But if the why isn't strong, if your goals aren't powerful, if the vision isn't clear, the old prophet said, without a vision we die, without a vision we perish, without a dream we're nothing. I'm asking you to sit down with your family and develop a dream strategy. I'm asking you to make a list of what you want. What kind of health do you want? What kind of skills do you want? What kind of income do you want? What kind of gifts do you wish to bestow? What kind of power would you like to have? What kind of influence would you like to have? I'm asking you to go home and work on the why. Spend some time as you fly over the clouds and over the ocean back to where you came from. I'm asking you to have a vision by the time you've reached home of why you want this kind of income, why you want this kind of recognition and these kinds of skills. I'm asking you to develop your own list of why. Now, here's number 2. The first question to ponder when you go home is why. Here's another good answer to why. It's the second question. Why not? Why not see how much you can earn? Why not see how much you can learn? Why not see how many skills you can develop? Why not see what kind of person you can become? Why not see what kind of influence you can have? Why not see how many people you can rescue from oblivion? Why not see how many people you can reach? I want you to establish some of your goals. I want you to give thoughtful consideration to your goals. And why not? If we've got good health for many, why not the rest? If it's happened for you, why not others? And why not you? I want you to take that personally. Why not? Why not? You've got to stay here till you go. I mean, what else are you going to do? Why not see how much you can do, how far you can go? Now, here's number 3. Why not you? I wish I could say that to each of you individually, but it would take a couple of lifetimes to sit down and talk with each of you individually. But I would rather do that. I'd love to spend a couple of days with each of you personally and pour out my heart, my soul, what's going on in my head, what's going on with me, see if we couldn't connect and find something valuable. But time doesn't permit for us to have those intimate conversations and get to know each other that well. So I've got to do it from up here. But I want you to take it personally. And my personal question to you is, why not you? You've got the brains. You can make decisions. You can study the plan. You can change your life. You can grow immensely in the next few years. You can make your dreams come true. You can build a financial wall around your family nothing can get through. You can become healthy. You can become powerful. Why not you? And now here's my last question. My very last question on the questions to ponder is, why not now?
All right.
This is a bad source of protein.
Jim Rohn, guys. Hope you like that. Um, Pretty powerful stuff. I chose to call the meeting today open for business because I spent Memorial Day weekend in Las Vegas. And within 15 minutes of being there, I noticed that everything had changed from when I went there last October. They would have you just go through a certain entrance only. They would do a temperature check on you. They'd make you wear a mask. Some places would even put like a little sticker on you that said that you're okay. And when I was there this last Memorial Day weekend, um, within 15 minutes of being there, I realized I was the only person wearing a mask. They weren't having just a select entrance, and they weren't checking your temperature, and nobody was wearing a mask. And there was, I don't know if millions would be the number, but probably millions of people there everywhere on the street, inside the casinos, and all the restaurants. Uh, I can. I only ate at a nice restaurant the first night I was there, which was Thursday night, and only because my friend's wife made previous reservations. After that, any of the restaurants I tried to have dinner at, they were all booked until the following week. So you can only imagine how busy Vegas was that weekend. And the news, the local news in Vegas kept saying, "Oh, Californians are coming. It's going to be a major weekend. Expect heavy traffic. Expect this, that." And I thought, you know what? Vegas is open for business. We need to be open for business. So I just want to remind you that we were never closed. We were always open. I mean, yes, technically corporate said that our office was closed, but we stayed open. And I just want you to keep in mind that we are open for business, and that it's now the time to go and remind everybody this is a perfect opportunity. I remember when a local competitor said they opened back their office sometime last year. I remember thinking, wow, how come we that have 19 offices don't roll out a big commercial saying, hey, we're now open? But, anyways, I don't know why corporate didn't do that. But hey, why not you? Why not your own business? Why not you go to social media tonight, today, after this meeting, and let everybody know that you're back? You're 100% back. And guess what? I'm not just here to help you buy and sell. I'm here to help you see that you have enough insurance coverage on your property. I'm here to let you know whether or not it'd be wise for you to refinance or not. I'm here to put you in touch with Joe Coy. I'm here to put you in touch with Christy Rye. Whatever it is, give to get. But you really need to go to the streets with that message right now that we are back, we are open, and we're back in full effect. So Simon Sinek says people don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. And what you do simply proves what you believe. So if you're in real estate, it shows that you believe in housing, right? So that's what people are buying. If they're seeing you be active, hey, I'm here showing a property. Hey, I just sold this property. You guys should all follow me on Instagram and Facebook. You guys should really follow me on Instagram and Facebook. You might think all I do is throw up real estate on people, but I actually throw in a little bit of extra stuff in there. But you have to really be showing people that you're in the business, that you're doing this for real, and that you're not just sitting on the bench, warming up the bench on the sidelines. Um, Another thing that you need to keep in mind is right now everybody's senses about real estate are heightened. Everywhere you go, everybody's talking about how crazy the market is, right? So if you're not bringing that message to the people that are around you, something's wrong. So if they're seeing on the news, oh, the market's crazy and everything, and then they look at your Facebook account and you're not saying anything, oh, I closed the deal here, just listed this property here, showing these buyers here, on my way to a listing appointment here. You're not posting any of that. People are thinking, wow, this person must not be a star player. That they're that guy that you saw that got recruited and never played a game in his life after that. So show people right now that you're in the game. And again, some of you new ones tell me, I don't have a listing right now, Benny. I don't have any buyers. Doesn't matter. That's why we go through the little marketing moment where we share our listings and we talk about our buyers. Because guess what? Just like in my buyers presentation I showed you the other day, every listing out there on the MLS, I share. So tonight, Mr. Seller, when you hire me, you're hiring Century 21, Keller Williams, Remax, you name it, because when I list a property, they sell it, and when they list the property, I sell it. So that's, but you need to go with that message out there. So please, guys, I'm really passionate about this topic today because I really see a lot of activity out there. It's tough. I share with some of you personally how tough it is. I showed not just by myself. I had a little help, but I showed 14 homes this weekend, and then yesterday I went and showed 5 homes, and I have about 7 or 8 offers out on multiple properties, and I'm getting just turned down on every single one. The other thing, though, I shared with Eduardo and Renee the other day is I'm sending out a text to some agents saying, "Hey, Pat, is it too late to make an offer on Lakewood Boulevard?" And then Pat says, "No, but I am in receipt of multiples." Great. My clients really love it. Do you think 950 would work? And Pat goes, "No, we've already got higher than that. You need to be closer to $1 million." Great. Like, I'm not lying to you guys. I can't get these people on the phone. Normally I call Pat and go, "Hey, Pat, where you at, man? They really love it. Whatever. I just showed it." But I'm not getting them on the phone. So if I'm not getting on the phone, I'm texting them. And I just gave you the script that I say. I go, "Hey, Pat, is it too late to make an offer on Lakewood Boulevard?" And I just, then they go, "No, but we have multiples." Go, "Hey, they really love it. Do you think 950 will work?" No, we're closer to $1 million. So anyways, just, sadly, the 3 properties that I've done that on and I've gotten those responses, my clients later decided to pass on them. But hey, it's out there. People are working with you. So, all right, let's make a deal, everybody. Anybody have a new listing or a buyer want and needs that you are looking for? Anybody? Please don't be shy.
Hi, Benny.
Hey, Cecilia.
Hi. Yeah, so I have these coming soon.
Mhm.
It will be active June 23rd. It's in the city of Huntington Beach, 4-bedroom, 3-bath, about 2,400 square feet home, 7,000 square feet lot. It has a lot of upgrades, and we should have the pictures by Friday.
Okay.
Mhm.
Very well. Thank you for sharing that. And you guys, it's that one on the screen there. We don't have all the photography yet, working on it, but it's coming soon. You guys take advantage of this. Right now, this market, 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, of stuff sold. So look, Cecilia's telling you that you've got almost a, what is that? A couple days head start. What almost like 15, 16 days start. So please take advantage of that. There's not going to be another chance like this, and I'm telling you, this market is crazy. So don't skip a beat on time. Renee, you have something you want to share with us?
Yeah, I'm sorry I didn't log in, but I'm sorry. I got looking for. I have a buyer that needs a lot that you can develop, or a warehouse anywhere in the Orange County area, up to 3 million.
Okay, yeah. Okay, great. Anybody else? Anybody else got a new listing? Buyer wants?
Can you hear
Hey,
me
Nancy.
okay?
Yes,
Hey.
you're perfect.
It's not a buyer, but it's for a tenant, and they're looking for like either 3 or 4 bedroom,
Okay,
at least 1,800 square feet and no more than 4,500.
got it. And what we're at?
Irvine, Tustin, Orange.
Okay. All right, this is good, guys. So if you guys notice, we've got 1 listing and 2 buyer wants. And I'm telling you, for those of you that are sitting there, you're saying, "I don't have a buyer," go and look for a listing for the buyers that Nancy and Renee just talked about. You do have 2 buyers, because when you get a listing, they'll bring the buyer. And if on the other hand, look at that. You've got Cecilia's listing that you could go to people with, saying, "Hey," and I've shared this with you. If you have somebody that lives in Huntington Beach surrounding, even if you sold them a house 6 months ago, text them, "Hey, we just listed this property in Huntington Beach. I know you just bought, I know you just moved in, but if you know of somebody, please pass it along." So you don't have to have a buyer, you don't have to have a listing, guys. All you have to have is the want and the why to create the deal. John, did you want to say something?
No, I'm
Oh,
waiting.
okay. All right. Okay. Good.
I'm waiting for my turn, Benny.
Okay, you got it. You got it. We'll get there in a sec. So let me show you guys the MLS here because I have a couple other coming soon. So keep this one in mind. Craig Lane, Huntington Beach. That's Cecilia. This other one, June 19th, 2-bedroom, 2-bath condo in the city of Inglewood, which is pretty popular right now, guys, because of the new stadium over there. But 2-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,060 square feet, asking 530. Oh, it's a townhouse. And this is Jean Browning. So keep her in mind. And again, with these coming soon, you're probably not going to have a lot of pictures because that's why they're coming soon. They're still working on getting that listing together or getting that property ready to show. So, all right, on to the next one. Ibbotson Avenue in Bellflower. This just, it's coming soon, June 12th. 2-bedroom, 1-bath, 656 square feet on a 5,300 square foot lot, asking 680. I believe this is Angie Sandoval. Yes, Angie Sandoval. So if you got anybody for Bellflower, 2-bedroom, 1-bath, 656, asking 680. And the other one is Cornuda from Christina Furneaux, still available. And you guys, I'm sure I've killed you to death with this one, but still keep it in mind. And that is about it. Okay, let's move on to our production. So congrats to everybody. Really proud of you guys. I will tell you, last month was not good for us. We closed a total of 6 transactions. So not good. I just got our rankings from corporate and we fell off the face of the earth. So we didn't, rank on the monthly sales. We are still the number 3 office though. So that's okay. We dropped a couple notches from number 1. I'm really proud of you guys. The first half of the year, we held number 1 for that whole entire time. So that was really good. But unfortunately, we did drop off. Give me 1 second to allow somebody to come in. So we did drop off the map for that. But hey, the good thing is, look at this right now. We've got 20 pending in escrow that we know of, right? That are in SkySlope. Some of you sometimes don't add yourselves to SkySlope until the very end, but at least we've got 20 going. So I think that's really good. So good job and congrats to everybody. Mo Abraham, Pauline Lodato, the Morales team, Renee Nava, Angie Sandoval, Robert Anyam, Christina Furneaux, Quan Tran, Christine Bandy, Rosie Malgoza, Nancy, Feng and Nancy, and that's all of you guys. So congratulations to you all. 20 escrows. I'm guessing that hopefully some of those close this month or into July. That'll be great. I do have to remind you guys that the best birthday present you could give me in August is you guys closing a deal. So please start kicking butt now so that in August, you guys can give me a great birthday present and make me happy and proud that you guys are kicking butt. So let's work on that goal. For the month, I know it's still kind of early, but we are into the end of the first week, 8 days in. So 2 escrows closed. So congrats to Jean Brownie. And gosh, I will tell you guys, that was a killer sell that she made. She double-ended that deal. I'm not going to tell you how much money she made, but let's just say she could eat for a whole year for free or on that money. So congrats to Jean Browning on double-ending that transaction. I want to say it was 1.4 million. So congrats to her. All right, Mr. John Greer.
All right, yeah. So congrats to everybody. Benny, you brought up a point. I worked with Jean a little bit on that closing that she had. It's commercial property, and originally the seller carried back 25,000 or 25% down, and then they balked and said no, they didn't want to. They don't want to be involved in giving out all this disclosure stuff that that you see on Freddie Mac and Fannie Mae and FHA and all that. And I told Gina, when you're making a personal loan like that, or as a private party, you don't have to do any of that. You're not part of the government there. And so after she investigated a little bit more and realized you don't have to do that, then the owners were okay with and this buyer came up with 50% down instead of 25 to make it more secure for them. So that's something that's not been going on with these rates low and all too much, but it is an avenue for us to make some sales, and especially in that commercial area. So listen, I wanted to give congrats to Benny. You've been handing out all sorts of congratulations, and Benny just got a new car.
Ah,
Yay! Awesome. White
thank
interior, convertible. It's beautiful.
thank you, thank you.
Go ahead, Benny.
You know, it's funny. I was gonna say earlier, John. You know, we watched the Jim Rome saying why, and I was thinking to myself last night. You know, I went out and showed property yesterday, and my client says let's write up 3 of them, and so I actually came back to the office and left here at 11 o'clock at night, and I was back here at 6:30 in the morning today, and I thought to myself, why? It's the damn car. So that's my why. That's why I'm working hard. So just kidding with you guys, but yeah. But thank you, John. Thank you.
You know, years ago, the guy's name is still out there. Dick Tiffany was his name, and it was Tiffany Real Estate, which Remax Tiffany is still got his name in it, which he's not involved. He's not even alive anymore. But his policy was, when I was getting started in the 70s, is that if you joined his company, you didn't already have a Mercedes or a Cadillac, that within 6 months you're going to have one, or you can't work for his company any longer.
Wow.
Is that amazing?
That is amazing. That is
So
amazing.
back then, you were measured more by the type of jewelry, watches, and stuff you wore, and the type of car you drove, and a little different now. But anyway, talking about the new cars, Mo brought up a really good point. I was out farming in Buena Park, and one of the neighbors there had a motorhome that backed into the front of my car, and it didn't really do a lot of damage, but it did break my Cadillac logo off the grill. And so I went down to the Cadillac dealer, and while I was there, I was kind of wanting to see the new Cadillacs and what's going on. And I in the showroom, there wasn't one. And I went and got the part, and I was coming back, and I thought, well, I'll walk around the lot, because I'd really like to see what they look like. And another salesman came out, and I said, where's the new Cadillacs? There's one over there, and then there. Oh yeah, there's one. I'm like, what in the world? And what it is that all dealers in all car lots for brand new cars are very difficult to get, because of certain parts that they can't get from other countries, or things that are not just made from GM or Ford or whatever. So there's a shortage. And what I want, that leads me into, and I wanted to give you a heads up, I didn't even think of it this way, and maybe you guys have been into this or not, run into this, is that this is from CAR, appliance furniture shortage causing headaches. And house hunters who may have overcome inventory challenges to finally find a house are experiencing inventory shortages in furnishing their new home. New home buyers continue to scramble to find appliances and furniture as manufacturing shortages loom. And the shortages aren't expected to ease anytime soon. And in some cases, they're delaying transactions from closing. The housing market is booming, and new existing home sales and current homeowners also are spending more on remodeling projects. That increase in demand also has prolonged shortages in appliances and furniture. So I just wanted to point that out. If you're on a listing and you're suggesting to them maybe they should replace the dishwasher and stove, that may not happen, and be careful with what you're suggesting sometimes. Or if your client wants is thinking they would like to get a new stove or something, same thing. I wouldn't write that into the contract right now, because the seller may not be able to find that for them. Maybe a credit would be better. So I wanted to point that out. The other one, we're gonna, June 15th is big day, that everything's gonna start to open up here in Southern California. And we like Benny had said earlier, we're really been open. you know, in our office, and the market's been great, and we're number 3 in the company, even with the slow month. Benny, I say this all the time. I'm going to throw it out to everybody that real estate is kind of like bananas. It comes in bunches. So, you know, I think that we'll get ours back, and we just had a slow month and all. But as this market opens up to where you're meeting with clients more, and you're physically, you know, sitting down with them and showing properties, open houses, what have you, there was something I wanted to bring up and remind you about, because we've been kind of cooped up and not really out and about too much. Smile. And this is from Gino Bafuri, which is our CEO of Berkshire Hathaway. When I teach my class on strategies for connecting with people, I always say be friendly first and everything else falls into place. People who smile are 100% more attractive than people who don't. Without a doubt, people want to do business with people they like. When you smile, you indicate openness, positivity, and friendliness, and make yourself a more likely counterpart for collaboration and the exchange of worthy ideas. So along with that is body language. We don't want to forget about that smiling and watching your client's body language when you're talking to them about let's make an offer or trying to get a listing, that those are important things, and we're getting back into that area. So Benny, that was it for me. I probably took more time than I should have, but I just wanted to point out a couple of smaller points.
Perfect. You guys, and I didn't even want to share anything about my car. I don't know. To me, it feels like bragging or whatever. But John brought it up, so I'll share one more thing with you guys. I was at lunch with Tim Rush a few days ago, and I shared with him, "Oh yeah, Tim, you know, I'm buying this car and whatever." And he goes, "Bruce would be so happy." And I said, "Why?" And he goes, "Bruce loved it whenever somebody would get a new Cadillac or a new Mercedes, because he knew that now they were going to be really motivated to keep the damn thing, and they would really focus on pushing themselves to make sales and hang on to the car, and it would, and of course they also wanted to be seen out there." And you know, John mentioned that, you know, there was a time where, you know, people would judge you by how you dressed and the jewelry you wore and the car that you drive. Well, you know, I'll tell you what, I shared that story with you guys that Tim shared with us a couple months ago, where he went to Home Depot to complain to the manager, and he was wearing shorts and a polo shirt. And the guy said, you know, fill out this form and we'll get back to you. And then he decides to walk back in there 2 weeks later in a double-breasted suit, tie, you know, dress shirt, everything, looking, you know, like an attorney. And the guy goes, you know what, we'll sell this thing to you now for $1, you know. And it was, I don't know how much each item was, but it was like 20 something bucks for each thing that he needed. And they made it for $1 because they wanted to, you know, make sure that they did good on the deed or whatever, on the sale. So people are still judging you today, guys, by the way you look, the way you carry yourself, the way you speak, the car you drive. Believe it or not, hey, it doesn't have to be a big fancy car, but it's got to be clean. You can't have a lot of clutter inside it. People are still looking at those things, believe it or not. You know, how you stand. I'll tell you, and I shared this with you guys before, I'll never forget, this is probably about a year ago. I'm showing a home, and this guy comes out of the house, and he's dressed, you know, in jeans, t-shirt, and tennis shoes. And then a couple other people walk out, but then he stays back to lock the door. And my client asked the guy directly, this is pre-COVID. He says, "Are you the owner?" He goes, "Oh, no, I'm a real estate agent. I'm showing the property." "Oh," and he puts the key back in, he walks away. My client looks back at me and he goes, "I guess not everybody's a winner, Benny." You know, and you can interpret that however you want, guys. But basically he was just saying, look, you come to the job professional. You know, I can differentiate you from everybody else. And I'm telling you guys, people notice that. You know, yes, there's people out there closing deals in tennis shoes and flip-flops, or flip-flops and shorts, but you know, there's also people, you know, wearing a suit. Bob Wolf always says that, you know, he loves going to Newport Beach against this guy named Paul, because he knows Paul shows up in flip-flops and shorts, and Bob Wolf shows up in a suit and tie, and he knows that right away he's got the listing. So something to keep in mind. You know, people are still judging you by your appearance, even today. And so just, you know, keep that in mind, that at the end of the day, you still are a professional. So don't forget that part. Let's go to Mr. Dennis. I think I noticed you were on there. Are you on there? If not, we'll go to Joe Coy. Mr. Money, are you ready?
Yep. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Yep. So first thing I'll do is update you guys on rates. Rates have remained pretty much flat. We did see an improvement today. FHA, you're looking about 2.625, excellent credit, conforming loan amount. VA, again, about 2.625. Conforming conventional, about 2.875. And a high balance conventional, about 3.0. FHA made a change regarding their acceptable visas, and they're now allowing for H-1B visas. H-1B visas are allowed for people in certain professions. Usually those professions are like require a bachelor's degree or extensive experience. They tend to be the kind of more high-end jobs, but they're now allowing for that H-1B visa, which is very helpful. I've seen it where a lot of those clients, even though they're earning excellent income, they may have just established their credit, right? They're just in the country. Maybe they're not managing their credit very well. They have low FICO scores. They'd be better off using an FHA mortgage, but for the longest time, they were limited to just using a conventional mortgage. Another thing I want to update you guys on is the agencies across the board, FHA, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, have discontinued exterior only appraisals. They were allowing for exterior only appraisals due to COVID. That way the appraisers didn't have to go in the property. That way the owners or tenants weren't inconvenienced. But they have discontinued that. So now if an appraisal is required on a transaction, it'll be both interior and exterior. It was pretty helpful to have those exterior only appraisals, especially on those properties that maybe were in rough condition, or there was maybe some sort of illegal addition, etc. But again, yeah, it's going to be back to interior and exterior. If you do get a property inspection waiver on your AUS findings, on your DU or LP findings, that will continue to remain effective in place, and no appraisal would be required. And then the last thing I want to mention is I'm seeing more and more requests for non-QM loans. Again, non-qualified mortgages. That's when your client can't qualify for your standard FHA or conventional loan. Usually these programs do have higher down payments, but I mean, we do have 12-month bank statement programs that are allowing for as little as 10% down. So the down payment requirement is still pretty reasonable. But just seeing more and more people having a need for this, self-employed borrowers not claiming enough income, or individuals who maybe have more than 10 financed properties, or they're not claiming enough rental income on their tax returns. It's all sorts of reasons that you would need to use these programs, but they're very useful, and they're helping individuals buy properties that they're being turned down by other banks because they don't qualify for your standard agency loans. Probably one of the most popular one is the bank statement program, and we do have a program that allows for as little as 3 months business bank statements. They do have to be 2 years self-employed still, but they can turn in as little as 3 months business bank statements. We're doing an analysis of those statements as far as their deposits, and then determining how much they can qualify for based on that, which is helpful for a lot of business owners, because some business owners, especially ones that deal mainly in cash, they may not be depositing all of their revenue into their bank account. So if you're asking for 12 months business bank statements, it may still not be very helpful for a client in that situation. But if we can prep them ahead of time and they start making sure that they're depositing all of their revenue, then we only need to collect 3 months of business bank statements. Makes it a lot easier for those clients to qualify as well. But another popular one is the debt service coverage ratio, buying an investment property where their only concern is the amount of rental income that's coming in comparison to the monthly mortgage payment. Depending on the loan to value, the debt service coverage ratio could be waived altogether. Depending on the non-QM investor, it's usually around 25 to 35% down where they stop requiring a debt service coverage ratio. And then if you're putting a lower down payment, it's typically a 1-to-1 ratio. So as long as the rent is the same or higher than the mortgage payment, then essentially you're approved for the loan. It's really just based on the loan to value. But these programs are becoming more and more popular. So if you have clients that are being turned down, but you think that they're still financially worthy, maybe they have a decent FICO score, they have a decent down payment, let's give it a shot and see what type of alternative financing we can help them out with. Guys, as always, let me know if you have any questions. I'm always just a call away. and talk soon.
All right, Joe. Thank you very much. Oh, go ahead.
Joe, I had a question.
Yeah.
Still there?
Yep.
Yeah, Joe, what's your policy on, your company policy on pre-approving buyers right now? Are you doing that at all, or?
Yeah, we're doing a ton of pre-approvals right now. Typically, it's like a 1-day turnaround. A lot of times we're taking an application over the phone for the clients. If everything's straightforward, a lot of times we're able to issue the pre-approval right then and there. If the client has self-employed income, or if they have, overtime, bonus, or commission, usually some additional due diligence needs to be done. But as soon as we get, as soon as we're able to properly calculate their income, we're getting that pre-approval out. In this market, sometimes I see buyers, especially referrals from like online sources, whether it be Zillow or whatnot, they're like hesitant to get pre-approved and they want to view properties without a pre-approval. But I'm sure, as you guys know, it's tough to set up an appointment to view a property without a pre-approval, and it's practically impossible to submit an offer without a pre-approval. So it's always the most crucial step for buyers when they're interested in buying a home. And we'd be glad to assist your clients with getting pre-approved. Does that answer your question, John?
What's the difference? That just brought up another question. For 1 day, I mean, what's the difference between a pre-qualification then and a pre-approval if it's all you're doing is 1 day turnaround?
Yeah, I mean, we're pretty much always doing a pre-approval. So we're reviewing all the necessary paperwork, doing all of our due diligence to make sure that everything's 100% accurate. So that way, when we issue that pre-approval, you guys can have the confidence to, spend your time and your money showing these clients properties and feel confident that if they do get an offer accepted, we can close the transaction. We don't really do pre-qualifications, but sometimes a client may not want to, for instance, run their credit or turn in their paperwork, and they just want a ballpark idea of how much they qualify for. In those situations, we can ask them basic questions: how much income they earn, what they think their FICO score is, what debts they have, and what the minimum monthly payments associated with those debts are. And then we can just give them a ballpark idea of how much they qualify for. It can be sometimes a good idea just to break the ice with that client, kind of get the communication started. But I certainly wouldn't recommend that you guys are showing properties to any clients who are just pre-qualified as opposed to pre-approved. Again, the difference is a pre-approval, we're doing all the necessary due diligence to make sure that client's 100% qualified. Again, so you guys can have that confidence to show them the property and submit those offers and get the deal closed.
Thanks, Joe.
Joe, I will add to that. Recently had a transaction where because of COVID, both the husband and wife had taken less hours because they wanted to watch their children at home. And then between that, one of them ended up switching employment to a different industry and a different company. And it just threw all the financing off. And I was out there on an approval showing property. But then once their verification of employments came back, the lender wanted a little bit more data on these clients to really get down where they were at. And it turned out that the qualification was a lot less. So yes, make sure that, like Joe was saying, I mean, just off of a couple questions over the phone, you could get a good ballpark. But the best thing is to just really sit down, have them meet with Joe, or even do like a Zoom call, get all their financials over and really get their story, so that you really know what they qualify for and you're not driving out there, especially in this market where, like Joe mentioned, you're having to send a PED, proof of funds, and an approval letter to get an appointment. And sometimes you're not even getting an appointment on the day and time that you wish. You're having to end up showing on Sundays now because Saturday it got booked up too soon, right? So keep that in mind when you're going out there. You want to really be working with buyers that are fully qualified and have realistic expectations of what the market is right now. If they qualify to 600,000, you got to be showing them stuff in the 520s, right? So they have enough room to upbid from there, because most everything that I'm looking at is being bid a minimum of 20 to 50,000 for the stuff that's in the $500,000 to $700,000 range. And I noticed like 8 to $1 million, it's going 50 to 100,000 over. So just keep those things in mind. It's really important. There's a lot more time and effort going into this market. So you don't want to really be spinning your wheels that much on stuff like that. So, all right. Orange Coast Title. I think I saw Keegan back there somewhere.
Yeah.
Hey,
Good. How about all of you?
Good.
Sorry, I had to jump on a little late there. We had some people in the office. But one thing I wanted to talk about is absentee owners. So we've been having a lot of agents reaching out to us recently about absentee owners, especially about reaching out to them. And so when we notice, Christy and I notice trends like this of agents having success, interacting with it, we try to share it with all of you so that you can get in on that. And so for a lot of these out of or absentee owners, you can get them from our website. You can get in there, you can create niche farms, you can search by years owned, you can search out of state absentee owners, you can do it by, specific neighborhoods that you're interested in, or if you're trying to do a specific area, maybe you're looking for, let's say a 5-3 within the city of Cypress. You can reach out to our customer service department. We have a farm department that focuses on just helping you with these type of farms. And so we've been having a lot of people reaching out to the absentee owners and having some success, especially with the out of states, because most of them are investors. And investors, they want to buy low and they want to sell as high as they can. And right now, the prices have kind of plateaued for houses. I've seen a lot of estimates that home prices aren't expected to go up much higher for the rest of the year. They're expected to stay about the same. So if you reach out to these investors, especially ones that are out of state, they might not have a close eye on what California's real estate market's like, what it's like in this local area. They might not realize it's plateaued here. And this is the best time for them to sell because they're going to get the highest price. And with how many buyers are in the market, they're going to be having offer after offer after offer, and they can pick and choose the best one. Additionally, a lot of them are going to want to do 1031 exchanges. And I don't know if all of you are aware, but they are trying to do away with the 1031 exchange right now. So for those people who are interested in using them, they might want to do it now. I mean, the realtors are fighting to try to keep the 1031 exchange just because it's so helpful to investors. But in case the absolute worst happens, if you can get them to go in and do it now, they won't have to worry about if it goes away if they do it, before the end of the year. So that's just some information I wanted to bring to all of you. If you have any title questions at all, feel free to reach out to Christy or myself. We are always here to help you. And have a great day.
All right. Thank you very much. We'll move on. And Mr. Dennis Rosas, did you have anything you wanted to share with us? Or?
Oh, yes, Benny. First off, Benny and John, congratulations to continuing CYPRESS office and all the agents continuing your business activity. CYPRESS office year to date is number 3 office now. Number 3. Is that good or bad? I don't know. I will ask Keegan. Keegan, is that good or bad?
CYPRESS That's definitely good.
That's it. Well, there's 18 offices, so you're definitely in the top 3, Benny and Johnson. Thank you. With saying that, in fact, I got Christy Ryan on my phone calling me. So Keegan, tell her I miss her. I'm actually in Bellflower now, and I need to go see Keegan and Christy. It's just we've been so busy, which is my second part of the message. We moved last week from Cerritos to Bellflower. I know, I want to keep the rumors going. We want to be close to Keegan and Christy. So, let's just be open about it. But we're remodeling the building. The counting's upstairs above the training room, which hopefully with the opening up in the businesses, we'll be having some training live. I'm going to say we're probably going to be juggling in the future, maybe 2 live training meetings on Thursday mornings, maybe 2 Zoom meetings, because Bill Jansen can do his legal risk management by Zoom, be more effective and connect with all the people in the company. This Thursday, I'm teaching a session, and this is in preparing for improving in the second half. Whether the top producers like we have in some of this call, whether you're just getting back and saying, I need to really work this business. So the topic is fixed mindset versus growth mindset. It's from a book, Carolyn Dweck, Stanford University professor. It's an interesting book. So, and yes, are you back in the business? So we don't want to judge where you've been. We want to help you improve for the second half, finding ways to be more effective. So we're committed. The reason moving from Cerritos to Bellflower, in all seriousness, we could save some operating costs. We could use it for some marketing, some other areas, which we are. So Benny and John, this Friday managers meeting, we got Barry Eisen and also rolling out kind of a sneak preview what's coming for the second half of the next few weeks. A marketing program, we're going to need Orange Coast Title because they can do the emails to help us. So you can hopefully going door to door and do some email. The bottom line is we all need to keep improving and be better. We want to be better than the average company, better than the average agent, better than the average of the industry. People don't want to do business with a vending machine. Think about what I'm saying. People don't want to do because you use the human side, which means we have to have relationships and better service. If we do that, those commissions keep rolling in. I'm determined, we are determined to keep improving. So thank you guys for being part of our team, part of the CYPRESS office. Just want to jump in and say hello. So this Thursday, 1:30 to about 2:30, 2:45 on the growth mindset. We're here to help you. Thanks, everybody. Benny.
Thank you, Dennis.
See you Friday morning, 9 o'clock managers meeting by Zoom still.
You got it.
All right, you guys.
You guys, Dennis is a very honest person.
Down on the clock, you're just calling me. It's like I'm playing hard to get. But I'm going to walk over since I'm in the same building now. It's a shame.
Nice. Okay.
You guys, Dennis is a very honest person.
Yeah.
But when he told you guys that you guys were good at number 3, I have to be honest with you guys, he's lying to you, because many months ago he shared with me, he said, Benny, if you're not first, you're last. so just keep that in mind. The other thing, guys, though, I'll tell you, I'm gonna parlay that into another thing. Dennis was saying that people aren't gonna buy from a vending machine, and the stats are out there, the numbers are out there. The National Association of Realtors has said that most people did business with the first person they contacted about real estate. So if you're not first, you're definitely last. So make sure to be the first person that people talk to when they're thinking about buying or selling. Don't ever forget that. If you're the second person, you've minimized your chances, and quite possibly you will be last. But if you're the first person, the numbers are very high in your favor that you will make a sale. So keep that in mind. But thank you, Dennis. Thanks, Christy Robert, joining on. Let's get on to the last portion of the meeting. I'm going to rush this pretty quick here, but I think I've got a good message for you guys. So open for business. So number 1, my first question to you guys is, are you back in business? Okay. And like I shared at the beginning of the meeting, does everybody know that you're back in business? I shared with you that I was in Vegas. I was the only guy wearing a mask for the first 15 minutes. There was millions of people there. The news was saying, expect heavy traffic. Californians are coming over. There was no way to get reservations to dinner. There was crowded casinos, crowded strip. It was crazy. And I said to myself, wow, Vegas is back in business, right? So the question is, are you back in business? Are people looking at you saying, that Christy Rye, she's in business. She's back.
He never left.
Or are they saying, you know what? No, that Benny, he's sitting on the bench. He's on the sidelines, right? So ask yourself that question. If you're not out there, please, after this meeting, go to social media. Hey, everybody, just want to let you know that we are back in business. I can help you with, a real estate purchase, real estate sale. Give me 1 second. I got to admit somebody here. You got to do that. So the second thing is, do they know? So that's why, if they don't know, go to your social media and start posting. I told you guys, follow me on Instagram, LA Home Guy, on my Facebook, Benny Chavez. You'll see there, guys. Yesterday, I was showing property at like 6 o'clock at night, and I posted there, selling Lakewood, right? This weekend, if you guys follow me, Saturday, I was out showing property, same thing, selling Seal Beach. So, let them know. If they don't know, they need to know. You need to make sure that people know that you're back, that you're in the game, whether you have a buyer, whether you have a listing. If you don't have any, we had our marketing meeting just here in the morning where I shared with you guys, Cecilia told you guys, you all have a listing, right? So find a buyer for it. And then Renee and Nancy shared that you guys all have a buyer. So go find the listing for it. So, all right. Number 3, what will you do to put the word out? So I gave you guys 2 examples, right? Instagram and Facebook, but how about going back out there and handing out your business card, right? I know some people are saying, I overheard this on Saturday. An agent from Compass said, oh, I'm sorry, we don't do business cards because of COVID. You know what, guys? Forget all that. Forget all that. Carry your business cards. Put 5 business cards in your pocket daily and make it a goal to pass those 5 out. Just make that a goal. It's a simple goal. You know what? And if you're shy, do a Bruce. Get a blank back on your business card and write on there, hey, thank you. The service was excellent. Leave your $5 tip with your breakfast and go on about your day. that will count as one for the day. But get the word out there, put it out. What other ways can you put the word out? I don't know. Things are opening up. The Elks Club is open now. Start going back out there and network with people. Think of something creative to do to put the word out. You guys belong to a lot of service clubs, and you guys have a lot of friends. All of you are very social. So think of what way to do and what you're going to do to put the word out. So number 4, I want to know, why are you here? Think about the why are you here? Why did you get into this business? I'll tell you, my why was when I was 18 or 19 years old. I bought a piece of land at an auction, and I didn't know anything about what I did. And then I wanted to learn more about it. I wanted to know, man, did I make a mistake? Did I do the right thing? Was this the way to go about it? Wow, this real estate thing's kind of interesting. It kind of piques my curiosity. Let me learn more about it. And then look, 15, 16, 17 years later, I'm in real estate. I'm a real estate salesperson, right? So ask yourself, well, maybe that was my why of wanting to know that. But then, of course, I remember in 2006, I saw all these people driving the nice cars and wearing the nice suits, and I thought, that's why I want to be there. So ask yourself again, why are you here? Reinvigorate your spirit, right? To go back out. I'm telling you, this COVID thing is over, right? Everything's back. So you need to really, light that fire under yourself and get back out there. So number 5 is, are you growing, right? If you're not growing, what they say the opposite of growing is you're dying, right? So are you growing? Are you learning stuff? We have a lot of new forms. Did you guys know that now the PED, you no longer have to put all the addresses in? Did you guys know that? Isn't that great? I think that's like the greatest invention ever. No more addresses. All you have to do is make sure that they sign, and it's called the PEAD all, right? ALL. So that's great. So if you know about these forms, you're growing. And I'm telling you what, these things are still going to be around for a little bit, right? But hopefully soon they'll all go away. So, but are you growing on the other part, right? Look at what Joe just shared with us, right? If you're paying attention, you found out that you could use a 3-month bank statement program with one of your clients that's a business owner, right? That's growing. Being at this meeting is growing. Going on YouTube at night and watching a Tom Ferry, a Tom Hopkins video, that's growing. Perfecting and sharpening your skill. So, you need to grow so that you can, the more you grow, they say, right? A fish only grows to as big as his fishbowl is, right? So if you're not growing and you're not educating yourself, you're not going to do great. So the other thing is this, will you take advantage of this market? Because I'm telling you what, Vegas was ready. I mean, I'm telling you, every restaurant was sold out. There was no way to make a reservation, right? So and you know what? Maybe they weren't ready. Maybe they needed to set up an outdoor tent and house the extra clients there, right? But are you ready, and will you take advantage of this market? I'm telling you, when I was getting my license back in 2006, 2007, everybody was saying, oh, we were rock stars. It was an amazing market. It was great. And but then I met agents that said, you know what? It was moving so fast that I didn't get a piece of it. And that's bizarre, right? So the question is, are you going to take advantage of this market right now? Because it's hot. Everywhere you go, you see it. There's showings in 15-minute intervals at every property that you go to. Homes are going off the market within a day or 3 days tops. So will you take advantage? Number 7, famous words of the person that got me into real estate. She said, hey, I never said it was easy. Guys, it's not easy. That day when I was standing at that real estate school waiting for the teacher to start the class, I looked out the window and the guy was driving a Mercedes, and he had a suit, and he had 3 suit bags with him, and he looked like $1 million. And I thought, man, that's what I want. But guess what? Everybody wants that, but they don't want to put in the work. And it's not easy. It's not easy work. It's hard. I'm telling you guys, I've worked on myself really hard. I've learned my scripts. I've tried to perfect my sales, year after year, day after day. And look, I told you guys, I currently have, I showed this weekend with help from one buyer's agent. We showed 14 homes. We have 8 offers out, and they've all been rejected. Last night I went out and showed 6 properties. I've got 3 offers out, right? And already one of them got rejected this morning, right? It's not easy, but you got to have persistence and stay the course and keep fighting. So
Hey, Ben.
number 8, Yeah, go ahead, John.
You know, because I want to say this because you won't on behalf of yourself. I was just looking at stats for our office, and Benny is number 3 in sales for our office year to date. So congrats, Benny. And
Thank you.
Yay, Benny! Woo!
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh,
You know
I'm
what?
just
You're not first.
what-
You're last.
practicing what he's.
See that, John?
You're practicing what you're preaching.
Yes, absolutely. And I tell you guys all the time, I would never tell you to do something that I wouldn't do. So whenever I tell you guys, oh, you should learn your scripts. Guess what? I know my scripts. I already learned them. I'm never going to tell you guys that. The other thing, guys, number 8, you can't give up. You can't give up. You got to keep going. I'm telling you, I hear it. And it's funny. A couple months ago, I remember, talking with Cecilia, I think, and she was telling me, wow, it's so hard and this and that. And I thought to myself, gosh, I got to show my seller homes in a couple of days. I haven't shown a buyer in months. Gosh, it's going to be really hard. Man, I might not find them a home. And then I thought to myself, no, Benny, look at your Sky Slope. Eduardo is opening 4 escrows a month. Angie Sandoval is opening 3 a month, right? Christina Furneaux is opening 6 a month, right? So people are getting their offers accepted. It's just how you want to look at it, right? If you want to give up, you're going to create excuses. If you don't want to give up, you'll find a way, right? So you can't give up. Number 9, what does the finish line look like? Okay. So remember that guy across the street, nice car, nice suits, right? Looked like $1 million. That was the finish line. I'm sure behind that image was a beautiful home, wife and kids, vacations, right? Healthy bank account, hopefully it wasn't just all looks, but that's what the finish line looks like. What does your finish line look like? What do you picture yourself living? What kind of a life do you picture yourself living on the other side of fear, right? Well, what does that look like? I want you to think about that, because you need to have that in the back of your head when you're in the office at 11 o'clock at night, writing 3 offers for your client, right? And you're back here the next day at 6:30 in the morning because you want to follow up on those offers and you want to make sure that you didn't miss anything. It's funny, one of the offers I sent last night, I followed up with the agent and said, hey, did you receive the offer? She goes, no, I didn't. Can you resend it? I resent it immediately. She goes, gosh, I love your letter. And I just read it over the phone to my client in Florida. And it sounds like she's going to go with you guys, right? But if I'm at home in bed at 9 a.m., right, I wouldn't know that she never got my offer. And David Grimm's going to put in an offer at 8 a.m. and I'm not going to get a shot at that escrow, right? So what does the finish line look like so that when you're out in the trenches, right, fighting, you don't give up? So keep thinking. If you don't have a vision board, and it doesn't have to be a lifetime vision board. How about a vision board for the remainder of this year? You've got 7 months, right? 7 months. I'll tell you something. John just said that, the top so many agents. I'll tell you, we have about 6 agents in our office that have already made over 100,000 this year. Listen to that. Over 6 agents that have made over 100,000 this year. And June's just starting. That's 5 months. In 5 months, these people have made over 100,000. That to me, guys, you don't need a degree, right? But you do need to learn some things, right? You need to learn your scripts. You need to be proactive. You need to be out there. You need to be, putting the name out, bringing the message to the street that you're back in business. So last but not least, I want you to make a commitment. Make a commitment today that you will kick butt in the next 7 months. Okay. If you haven't made 100K yet, right? Maybe that's not your goal. I always go back to that, guys. I used to know, I told you guys, maybe like 2 years ago, there was these 2 guys that used to work at Realty World in Downey, and they just worked the first half of the year, and then they would go live in Costa Rica off whatever money they made. And then any business they got after that, when they weren't around, they would refer it out to an agent and get a referral fee while they're in paradise, right? So not everybody wants to be making, working the 9 to 5 or the 9 to 9 daily, making, 200K. Maybe that's not for you. That's okay. Come up with what is good for you, what you want out of your life. Maybe you just want to make 5 sales this year and take your grandchildren to Walt Disney World. There's nothing wrong with that. but get in here and do it quick and get out. Go on your trip, right? There's nothing wrong with that, but make a commitment to yourself that you are going to reach your goals this year, right? And whatever they are, it doesn't have to be anything crazy. Maybe, you know, all this COVID stuff made you realize that, hey, life is short, right? And you know what? I always wanted to take that trip to Europe. Life is short. Guess what? Lori, I'm buying a ticket. I'm taking you to Europe, right? You know, just whatever it is, guys, make a commitment to yourself. You're going to make that happen this year. You need XYZ amount of dollars to make it happen. Make a commitment to come in, kick some butt, go out there, put your name out, and get to these goals. So does anybody have any questions, anything that you're challenging right now? I'll tell you, I'm out there with you guys. You know, I'm there. It's so funny. Yesterday I got chewed out by an agent. She says, hey, I just noticed on Supra, you're at my listing and you never sent me a peed. And I thought to myself, oh my gosh, I took keys to this Downey buyer, and then I drove to have a late lunch at like 3:30, and then I drove straight to my first showing. I did forget to send her a peed, you know? And so I said, hey, I'm so sorry. I forgot to, but as soon as I get back to the office, I'll send it over to you. And she was just livid. She was so hot and angry. And it's like, come on, we haven't done peds for the last 15 years. We didn't know what that was. It's a new thing. Yes, it's growth due to COVID, and I'm telling you, it's going to be gone soon. But you know what? It's out there. So I know the struggle is real. I'm telling you, 8 offers out there, and probably all of them are rejected. I'm not being a you know, non-positive, but I'm telling you that that's what the market is. But yeah, I wish you guys a lot of success. Stay strong. Don't give up, and make a commitment today that you're going to kick butt in the next few months that we have left of the year. Any questions, any comments? I'll check the chat box here real quick. Any parting shots?
Benny and John, just Susie will be
Dennis.
sending out the new, June 15th. Peds will not be needed after June 15th.
Peds will not be needed after June 15th. You heard that, guys?
Being sent out to you guys this afternoon on a manager
Awesome.
communication stuff. You can forward out to your agents.
Great, great.
So.
All right. Well, Dennis, I think you with that, you close out our meeting. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Appreciate you.
See you Thursday, 1:30. Thanks, everybody.
All right. Thank you, everybody. Make it a great day. Make it a great week. Go out and put your name out there and let everybody know that you're open for business. Have a great day.
That's all right.